This is not the unit I bid on. I don't know whose unit this is, but it's not mine, dude. The paperwork says 674, right? I'm Jeremy, but that's not what I bid on. That's me. I'm Jeremy. I'm the buyer. Yeah, this is definitely not what was pictured on the website. I think I bought a 5x10 or a 5x15.
5x10.
Okay.
This is a 5x10. I mean,
Yeah, long ways. The one I bid on, I think, is depth.
Sorry, I gotta log back in.
Ooh.
If it's one of the ones that sold in and it's uploaded incorrectly, then you'll be refunded the cash in whatever you paid on this. But
Do I get refunded for all my time and for my fuel?
that part, I'm not so sure of.
Yeah,
It's technically like they
that's
can
a
show up
no.
5 minutes before you get here and pay. But
Yeah.
674.
So my paperwork said 674, right?
Yes, sir. And this is 674.
And we are at 674.
So what I'm assuming has happened, if it shows me the pictures, is I put the wrong unit. So I'm hoping that the auction 674.
Another one?
It's 6. I know whose pictures those are, but that's not the right size.
So can we go to the right unit and...
No. This is gonna be a. So what happened to you? So then, this unit that was supposed to be this one, there's another unit over here. It's 678, 674. It's one of these. So who's actually?
So I get the unit pictured, right? So whenever you put up a picture, that's a legally binding contract between myself as a buyer and the facility as the seller. So if you can just, if it's not in 674, if you can just take me to the unit that was pictured, then...
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If
I'll
I've posted it incorrectly, I can't give you somebody else's stuff. Like if.
Oh, you think maybe it
No,
wasn't up for auction?
Yeah, because I know there was 674 and it was supposed to be like. But that stuff's not in that. That stuff's in a unit over here.
Well, maybe we can find it. You want me just to wait here?
You can if you want to. I gotta figure out what unit this is.
Here to pick up a storage unit. I want it for $220. And we just opened the door. I mean, I'm gonna open it again and show it to you, but this is definitely not the unit that I bought, that I bid on. Lock was right there, it was tagged, and if we open the unit, none of this is what was pictured. I don't recall any of this being pictured.
No, I had another one up.
You did?
Yeah, I had like this and another one. Like we had a total of 8 go.
Oh.
Only 3 made it to auction. The other 4 or 5, the other 5 paid. So I just got to figure out. Like I have to backtrack and figure out who did that. Because what I've obviously done is take the pictures, posted it, and I went back through my camera roll and uploaded them in the wrong direction.
Well, if I can go home with an actual storage unit, that would be great. Because I just drove an hour to get here.
Yes, sir. I do understand that. Like I don't want to give you anything incorrect.
Well, and I don't want anybody's
don't wanna
stuff
do
that didn't
anything,
lose
yeah.
it either. You know,
Like,
I don't
know because I've never made this mistake
Yeah.
before, so I don't know what to do.
So did this one actually go up for auction then?
So that's all 8 got posted on Storage Treasures.
Yeah.
I took 5 down this morning.
Yeah.
Somebody had paid like maybe 2 weeks ago, and that one went down early. But all of the pictures went up. So somebody else, well, now I know for a fact because the other two that went, they're working them right now. There's that guy who.
Yeah, I passed that guy.
And the only one has one coming up.
Yeah, the other guy was loading. Funny enough, he knew who I was. He's like, "Here." I said, "Yep, that's me." And then I had 1 inch to get past his trailer. I don't want to go home with anything that's not
I don't want to sit
mine.
empty-handed. Like, that's not my goal here.
Yeah. I know you didn't do anything intentionally. I know that. You know that.
Here we go.
Found it?
So, 677 was Sean Coleman's.
So maybe I can. Right there. 677. Right there.
So then that's the pictures that you got. He paid. So I knew it was one across the way. He paid to keep the stuff.
So we thought it was that. It was actually this one. All right, so I'm just going to get refunded for everything?
Yeah, I reckon that's going to be the way that goes. I gave you $2 and change. I have to give you 198 back. That's what it said.
And then I got to get a refund by Storage Treasures as well.
674 is Eddie Scott. So all I did was put the wrong pictures. I'm also making sure that like this isn't because like there's the your side and there's also like the legal. Like I wanted to make sure I didn't like that's Eddie Scott's and like that's Coleman Sean's, but that's not the case.
I mean, and I don't want anybody's stuff that didn't legally lose it either. Nobody deserves to lose their stuff. So.
Let me go back to the office and call my auction captain and tell her what happened.
Okay, so if I pull around and come back up to the office, meet you back in the office?
Is there anything I could like offer? I don't want to I don't have, because I have stuff like that sitting around, but that's not really.
No. I'm not a garbage man. I'm not a paid garbage man.
I mean, I had that work out one time where somebody like abandoned a unit the day that someone showed up, and I was like, if you want their stuff,
go ahead and take it. So did that one sell?
Both of these sold. It sold to you. And then no, because whenever Coleman Sean sold, I took his off.
So this one's not even for sale, right?
No, it would be for sale. Hold on. So let me go in. If you want to film this too, you can.
I mean, just for both of our protection, we want to do the right thing. We both want to do the right thing.
Turn off the dashboard.
That way the owners get the right unit back. I get my money back.
So then if his was in the other auction, 674, then I'm betting I have to go to canceled. Online canceled, and it would be 677 that I canceled. Click.
So you're in your actual Storage Treasures account right now, yeah.
513343. Can I open this?
Yeah, neither of us want to do the wrong thing. I want to make sure you're legit, I'm legit.
That's the only thing I could think of. Because I'll show you how like the pictures are lined up. It's kind of that picture you have there, and then his.
Yeah, that's the unit.
Exactly
that's
what
the,
I did.
That's the unit I want.
Well, but look though, if that's 677 and this is 674,
and then you messed them up on the
I did that
actual
one
listings.
first, and then I did this one. Oh, and I remember that because they were in their unit that day, and I had to come back out here and lock it. So yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Okay.
So I took his offline. His didn't sell. Yours did sell.
So
I don't think letting you like have this for what you paid is right, because
what if I offer you $50 for that unit?
I don't know if I could do that. That's why I want
Can you call your supervisor and be like, hey, he's got another unit. He's here. He's spent an hour driving. He's got an hour back, and I'll give you $50 for that unit. I mean, at least I saw a chainsaw in there at least.
And either she'll be fine with that, or there might be something legally we have to do differently. That's what I have to make sure of. That's why like our email going down was such a nightmare because
Yep.
like these last 4 days,
It's been,
I had to get all of these approved this morning technically because
yeah.
all the emails don't come through the way they were supposed to or anything like that.
All right, well, I'll just hang out right here. I got a chair. I'll just hang out right here and wait to hear from you. Because if I can take this unit, at least it's not a lost cause.
Yes, sir. I definitely understand that.
Oh, you're just going to call her right now?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Because like I don't think you should have to pay what that unit is if you thought it was this.
Yeah, I agree.
And nobody else would have fought for it, you know, if they
I agree.
thought it was this.
Yeah.
Sometimes we could do like manager specials or take that in that way. I just don't know how it like affects it legally. It's definitely like on me for sure, but
Well, I'm not holding you responsible for anything. It's,
yeah, but-
it's innocent mistake on your part. You didn't mean to do anything wrong. I know you didn't mean to do anything wrong. You had no malice. You had no, you know, it was a simple accident. I get that.
yeah, it's just like so. For example, the last time something like this happened, that was anywhere close to it. What it was is someone just didn't show up to collect.
Yeah.
After they won the auction, and it was about a week after. And what we had to do was we had to legally put it back on auction for 2 weeks as manager special.
Gotcha.
And then also at the same time, because that happened, I called the customer again and gave them a time frame of, hey, now you have 2 extra weeks to pay because of this mess up.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's the thing is whenever these accidents happen, it normally
And
doesn't default
it's an
to you, it
accident.
defaults to the customer.
And I just want to be very clear. I realize it's an accident. I'm not.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to like convey
Yeah.
to you like why like I can't just make a like sudden decision like that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I legally don't have the ability to do
Yeah.
that in this situation.
Thankfully, I've got good friends in Otter Creek, and one of my good friends allowed me to use his truck. That's Rex's truck from Shady Oaks Campground. And he said, yeah, go ahead and take the truck. I know you're back in Florida and you don't have the truck. So it is an inconvenience, but it's an innocent mistake. And no, it doesn't happen very often at all, but it's still an innocent mistake. And if I could at least, you know, if I could at least grab that one, that'd be great. If I can't, it's a wasted day. Oh man. But maybe what I'll do is I'll go to the B&Bs and go swimming, because it's like 100 degrees out here and humidity. It's going to be that way all week. I'll peek one more time if the manager says yes. So we absolutely know that this unit is in default. We know that for sure.
Well, he today would have been like the deadline to do anything.
Yeah.
But it might be the same situation where she tells me because of this.
I get it.
But it might.
Okay, so that's a PV amp. PV amps, I mean, they're a dime a dozen. This looks like a metal detector, at least pieces of it. And the reason why I said I would give $50 is right there. There's a chainsaw, and a new chain will cost me $50. It's hyper tough. That's not high quality by any stretch of the imagination. That's the lowest quality you can get. But it might be fun to see what's inside here. What's inside here? We'll see. Just talking to a supervisor right now. And again, I don't hold anybody at fault.
So you have 677 and 674 directly across from each other. Whenever we did the lock cuts, I went 677 then 74, and that's probably why I put them in the wrong area. I definitely put the pictures on Tom and Sean, and I forget the name of the owner of this unit, but I swapped them. I definitely don't think the customer should have to pay the amount. Obviously, it's going to be like a refund situation, but he was wondering if he was to get the stuff in the unit, because that customer technically did default. 677 was where the pictures were, but that customer paid to keep the unit. So it ran on storage treasure incorrectly.
Let's see what manager
He wants
says.
to know if he can get the unit or the items in the unit that he paid for, 674, which is Eddie Scott. Eddie, so the unit that was listed as 674 with the correct dimensions had the pictures from 677. I put the wrong pictures on the unit. He paid to keep. 677 paid to keep a while ago, and that auction was taken down. So what 674 was sold with pictures from 677.
So to explain, 674 is right there,
Right. He wants
but
the items that are actually in
677 is what's inside here is what was pictured, and what's in here is what I bid on, the pictures, but it was listed wrong as if it was here, and so nobody won this.
Well, so like he bid on it, but he thought he was bidding on 677. It would be like a price change, or like I didn't know if we have to rerun it since it was ran with wrong pictures. Okay. I mean, that guy definitely. It was 198. And technically 677 with those pictures didn't run for long. I should be able to see what the final
198
was on it.
was
He
the
said he was
percentage
willing
they
to pay
got,
$50.
and
Like the,
I'd pay
it's
$50
actually
bucks
in
for
there.
that.
That's the other thing is that it's a 5x10, but it only has
Handful of things.
maybe like half of the unit of the floor has stuff in it, but it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's the pictures that has the shop vac, the cooler, the chainsaw in the middle of the unit, and then like 2 bags. All right, thank you. Sorry. All right, she's got to figure out. Probably have to talk to her supervisor, see what's going on.
All right, so supervisor's got to talk to a supervisor.
We have
All
an
right.
auction captain. Like the way it works here is that like we have a district guy
Sure.
who like oversees pretty much the entire state almost.
Sure.
And some of Georgia.
You want a chair? I got 2 camping chairs in there. We could just sit.
I have to come out here all the time like this.
All right.
Like Saturday, I was out here like through most of the monsoon, so I was cutting units for next month's auctions in the middle of that rain. But it's just been such a nightmare. Like normally we have to run these at a pretty like we run them every month.
Yeah.
But normally I have about 2 to 3 for about 2.5 months in a row, maybe 3 months, I think exactly.
Yeah.
Or rather, it's looking like it's going to be 3 months in a row. I've had 9 units go to auction both months.
And I want to be very clear. I'm not mad at all. I'm not
No,
holding
you
you
have every right to
responsible
be,
or
like,
at
upset,
fault.
for sure.
I'm frustrated because my time is valuable, but you know what? This is what I do with my time. And if we can come up with a happy conclusion, and even if we don't, you know what? It's Florida. It's hot. We both get to go and get in air conditioning, and I won't sweat as much loading. And this would be an easy one to load. That looks like a lanyard for climbing, for trees.
Yeah, this guy got this unit not too long ago.
Oh, and then he never paid, huh? Got it, and he
Sometimes
was
that
out.
happens. I don't understand why. Like it's worse for me, rather like for I guess for that guy.
Yeah.
Like you could tell like that's a bigger unit. He had stuff in there.
Oh, you know what? You know where that box spring came from? That's from the pictures from that unit, 677. That's his. He pulled it out. I guarantee you, that was in the pictures.
I've been trying to figure out where that came from. Is that
That's
it?
from this dude right here.
Didn't want
It was in the pictures. Box spring was in the
Yeah, it's right there.
back left. Look at your pictures. That's his box spring. Now you know who put that there and dumped it. It was him. That was back left. See, I know my units. I know the pictures.
It made no sense. He paid to keep it.
So he paid to keep it, and then he dumped his box spring right there.
I got stuff in that lane too. I mean that's like not as surprising. Sadly, I guess. I mean, you see, there's a mattress sitting next to my dump over there.
Yeah.
Like that's not supposed to happen at all. I have to.
And they do it all the time, don't they?
Man, the city has done it to us.
Nuh-uh.
There's a you know how like my front facing units over there, the blue doors?
Yeah.
There's a 5x15, so hallway, 5-foot wide door. It was nothing but telephone wire.
Gotta be kidding me.
What you'll see happen sometimes at these places is like 423 was another case of that. You'll see construction guys show up, be super energetic, and be like, yeah, go ahead and I'll take the unit. I don't really care about the price. Just sign me up right now, whatever I got to pay right now. Here's my name, everything like that. Boom, done. And they'll say they're putting like boxes, whatever. Who cares? We don't come out here and watch.
Yeah, you don't watch them load.
Like this is the only way I ever see what's in someone's unit, truthfully. And it was just paint. It was just paint, and it was like what they'll do is they'll pay, they'll get first month free. They'll pay to get like maybe like $40,
and then they leave all their garbage.
Like a waste fee, because like for the mattress, for example, you'd have to pay it's like $180 to have GFL take it. The paint, it's like some sort of fee, but like the amount of paint that's in the units, it was going to be like $1,000 or something like that to dump it. Like straight up, like they'll use this.
They'll use this.
Avenue to
Yep.
like avoid.
And then now you're stuck with it. Or a sucker like me comes in and bids on it, and it's all paint.
The telephone wire went to auction, and the guy who won it, like he was like, well, yeah, I get it's a bunch of crap. He's like, but look, and he like grabbed one and he showed it to me, and it had a copper
core.
Yeah, so
Tons of
like,
money.
I have the tool that shreds these things. This is like
Wow.
a perfect situation. Let me make sure she's not calling me back.
Are you cool if I look in the cooler?
I would say.
All right, I won't touch it.
Yeah, like technically, like when we do these,
I won't
we're not
touch
even
it.
Supposed to cross
Yep,
the doorway.
I won't touch it till we get an A-OK or a no. What could be hidden in that suitcase and cooler?
Honestly, seeing a cooler in a unit scares me more than like excites me.
You never know what some of these people will put in it.
I've seen like it looked like somebody stopped. Like there was like a half drink on like a shelf and something like that. Like it looked like they were like moving, and then they stopped, shut everything down, and like went away. And then like it goes to auction and they never answer. And you just see like half-eaten food sitting there sometimes.
And
I've
it
seen where it's, like,
spoils.
they just walk away.
Oh man, it's so nasty. Fridges are like that too. Yeah.
One of the other ones that went to auction this month with yours, she paid to keep it though, which isn't good. She had a fish tank in there, and like it looks like she loaded it with water.
Oh no.
Like it was like green.
Oh, that's gross.
The only reason why, like, I see stuff like that and I worry about like people like to the unit adjacent. Like,
Yeah.
How bad could it actually be?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Honestly, she probably doesn't know.
She probably doesn't know what to do either. This is a new situation.
Like, I mean, I guess it's really just from like trying to speed up the process.
It's an accident, man. I realize it's an accident.
I used to, truthfully, I used to wait until like the auction process for like rentals and for like the legal processes, like it sends you something like on day 30, and then after day 30 starts, like every couple of days there's a new document that I need to have documented, proof that it's sent to you,
Yeah.
proof that it came back, everything like that. We used to do like the lock cuts more later in that fee, or later in that line, and I preferred it that way because the later you do the lock cut, the longer somebody has to like pay to keep, so you don't have to cut their lock, charge them for another lock, you know, and so forth.
Yep.
It really feels like it's like, hey, I know you just paid. Here's some extra money you have to spend for us real quick. Like, and it just,
And if you prolong the lock cut, they get more time to redeem their unit.
Now that we're changing and pretty much pushing it 100% over to like the company that you bid through.
Yeah,
essentially,
Storage
is gonna be, like,
Treasures.
running most of it.
Yeah.
We have to put a description of the contents of the unit before it goes into the paper, which means we have to see the contents of the unit.
Yep.
before
Means
it goes.
so you have to cut the lock early.
So, and it's still like after somebody's a month late, but like I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody get that lien fee and then pay like the next day in full.
Yeah.
But it's like with our lockouts. Like if somebody's late after 7 days, they get a lock cut, or they're not a lock cut, but they get a lock put on their unit, like a little red one, like that one or something like that, next to their lock. I wait until like 2 days after, because the gate already locks them out. But like 40 people will go unpaid, pay that day, and then I would find myself
Wow.
taking out like 39 locks and leaving like the one guy who was like really actually late. Still no call from her. I got it.
Wow. Well, and again, you and I are cool, man. No matter what, no matter if she says yes, no matter if she says no, you and I are cool. This is an innocent mistake. I realize mistakes happen. Dude, I'm older than you, man. I'm probably 3 times your age, and mistakes happen, man.
If I'm like coming off as like nervous or anything like that, it's because like our job
Nah, you're good.
weighs pretty heavy through some of these processes.
You're good.
So like messing it up in this way is like, oh, it's gonna be a little bit different. On that
Well, it's just because you care about the people that are renting from you. I mean, you don't want somebody to lose their stuff accidentally, and
you gotta follow all the rights correctly and
Yep.
everything like that. That's all.
Yep. So you're cool. You and I are cool no matter what. I do think, it's just an accident. It's just an innocent accident. You didn't mean nothing. It's frustrating for me, but it's probably just as frustrating for you.
A little bit.
I mean, it's your job, so.
Yes, sir.
But I don't hold you responsible for nothing. No ill will. It's just an innocent accident. If she says yeah, and I can take this, then that's great. If she says no, you and I are still cool, man.
It just makes you wonder sometimes too, though, because like I tend to like remember when I move people in, like there's only 500 units in total, so it's
Yeah.
not impossible to have like a mental image of like the person and like what they're doing.
Yeah.
This guy was kind of like rush, like he stopped in, but he had like a passport around his neck, or he had like a lanyard thing, and he said he was going somewhere else. It was in a time where like we had like 9 or 10 people come through who were like, I need to open a unit, I'm going out of the country.
Wow. So there could be anything in that cooler,
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know.
or that suitcase, or that bag.
Oh, I just worry about like, I mean, like maybe the guy like went through trouble somewhere else or something like that, or got picked up or something.
Yeah. Well, typically in my experience, these all go up for auction due to death, detainment, they're incarcerated, divorce, or the dirty deed, the rugs. They're addicted to the rugs, which usually ends up in detainment as well. And so
I definitely agree with that.
it's the
Like,
dirty D's of storage units.
We say that like it's either like a celebration or trauma that someone's getting to storage.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
they're either like, and it's like real too. Like that's the one thing they don't prepare you for the job. Like, because I mean, if
You become a
someone's getting new
counselor for
house-
these people.
Absolutely. If someone's getting a new house or like a new apartment, hey, that's a great thing to like celebrate. That's great. I'm great to hear it. It's cool to see someone like out there able to like get a house or anything like that, or like navigate like the economy that way. Most of the time, if someone's here for the bad part, it happened that day.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like you'll see like battery situations of like, oh,
That's
if
horrible.
you see this car show up, please call 911 stuff. Like
That's horrible. You become their counselor, their therapist.
and it's just tough because like then you end up having to like explain to people, like watch them like get so close and then like see
Yeah.
far, like especially like when you see the economy change, like
Yeah.
like seeing the economy change is what I saw go from like 2 units per month to like 8 or 9, almost like no.
That. Well,
I mean, not to say like it could be a different kind of state for like the person behind there, and there's always what they tell me and then what's really going on.
Yeah.
But even still, like some things just like patterns make a little too much sense in that way.
You know what I do notice though? I got some good news despite all the bad news. There's not a single Christmas tree in there.
I've actually not seen a whole lot. Like I've not seen a whole lot of Christmas trees throughout. Like,
Oh, you know what? It's Florida. They really don't put up a lot of Christmas trees. But you know what else isn't in here? There's not a single bed in there. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, and he dumped his over there.
they're the
Oh,
best.
man.
Like especially those memory foams, you can't even break them down right.
Oh, my goodness. And to try and haul them by yourself, if it's a king size, it flops so much you can't even pick it up by yourself. It gets crazy.
During Helene, we had a pinhole like punch through in one of our air conditioned units.
Yeah.
And like literally, this lady had one of our biggest units we had inside. It was a 10 by 20, I think. And she had 90% of the stuff over to the side, and then she had a bed in a box spring leaning up on the other side. and the pinhole had literally, like, she had a mattress cover. She pulled it up from the bottom, and so the top was just open like this. The pinhole leaked into the mattress directly.
Oh man!
And she had just came back. She was like in open deployment. She just came back and she's like, "You have to come into the unit. There was a leak, but I don't know what to do about this." And I was like, "What do you mean?" We opened the door and you see everything that had leaked into that mattress was being held back by that
by the mattress.
Like it was absorbed into the mattress and like spread out to like this.
Holy cow!
Bubble. And so we just like looked at it and I'm like, I don't like if it pops, like because of the way all these storage units are designed, like there's not a seal or cut in the concrete.
Yeah, it'll go into the next unit, and the next unit it'll start flooding the other people's stuff.
We had to like sit there and look at it, and I was like, man, we have to like slowly move it out. Like it was so stressful to like get it outside and just like push it and let it like drain out. But then I was like, well, if it was leaking out of that, how did it not like contaminate the rest of the unit? There was a cut like this in the pad. And even though it was sealed to the ground with styrofoam, the cut from there to there still went out to the outside where the gutter was.
And it was channeling out?
It was literally like channeling out of the unit. You could see like a blackened spot if you drive out where the
wow.
pad was. Literally just went under the wall.
Wow.
I looked at it and I was like, man, that's like the most lucky. Like,
yeah, so lucky. So lucky.
But she also got covered by our insurance, so like I think they paid her like $3,000, and the bed was worth like maybe $1 or $2.
Yeah.
But no callback from her yet. But.
All right, that's cool. We'll just wait. We both decided, since his supervisor is confused, and this is a tricky situation to say the least, that he's going to go sit in the AC in his office, and I'm going to sit in the AC here in Rex's truck, and we're just going to wait. We're going to wait. And time is money, that's for sure, and doesn't look like I'm going to make any today, which is challenging, but there's an incredible unit tomorrow that I'm hoping that me and What You Doing Willis can go pick up. I've been waiting 2 hours, no word from the manager. They're in an actual storage auction meeting right now. It's just kind of funny. And you're going, well, are you walking instead of driving? Yeah, I'm as shocked as you are. I'm not exactly one that likes to walk on purpose. So I figured 2 hours of waiting, kind of hungry, haven't had anything to eat. There is a restaurant quarter of a mile away, Culver's. I'm almost there. And I'm gonna hit Culver's up and see if I can get some food until we can get some answers. Right now, honestly, I'm wasting time and crossing the street like crazy. Hopefully I can get something and it's not a completely and totally wasted trip. Just hanging out in the electrical room right now, better AC than the truck. And they're trying to get a hold of the manager. 3.5 hours right now, just waiting, and we're not even sure I can get my full refund without the supervisor being a part of that as well for the unit that I thought that I bought, which was $220. So we're trying to figure it out, but at least I'm not hungry and I'm in AC.
What he's saying is like we would have to rerun it, which what I understand to mean is probably going to be either still falling to a manager special, which might allow me to still offer something, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a like comeback, or it sounds like you might be moving out of Florida by then, or like leaving Florida by then, or B, the rerunning of it is going to be in time with the other auctions, which is always like they end around this time a month.
Yeah, so I'm not going to take anything home today.
That's if we do this. It is like 4:30, I think, or 4:35 maybe. I mean, I absolutely don't want to waste any more of your time. I've tried to call her 3 times. I've called my district manager. I've like done everything.
Yeah.
I even asked in the middle of the meeting, but it sounds like she's maybe dealing with like the same level of like nonsense for every other customer, because she said that. I mean, you heard her.
Yeah.
But
all right.
I mean, if she had to do for other people, like I'll show you.
You don't have to show me. You're good, man. It was an innocent mistake, man.
This is what we did for this month's auction.
Innocent mistake.
That's what I had to correct this morning. And if she had that issue with other people, that means that out of 9 stores, like
times all that.
That's
all right.
thousands of things.
Well, let's just do a refund, and I'll get out of your. Well, I'd say hair, but I'll get out of your beard.
Yes, sir.